We live, baby.
All right, appreciate everybody for being in here. Everybody who wants to say hello, feel free to do so. Be interactive in this chat. This is episode one of Wrong Time, Right Place with me, E Money, and my boy Charles, Big Rocka. You know, we here doing our thing. Episode one. Um, we're trying to start something new, a live podcast into a regular podcast, and mainly what we're going for is really to be active in our community and what we can do to really help grow ourselves, but help grow the community as well. We want to start a movement like that. Am I right?
I think the words is right behind you, Juice. Humanity first.
That's right. Humanity first. Shout out Andrew Yang. Got that autograph by that boy, you know. But
Well,
yeah,
that's the real autograph.
that's a real autograph. I met that man. I met that man. Shook his hand. Took a picture with him. Autographed it for me.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
real. That's real
Yeah.
love. But yeah, like I think you hit the nail on the head. It's not even about just about us. It's about everybody in this chat, everybody discussing and just trying to better not just ourselves but everyone around and build each other up.
Hey, what up? Nico or
And
Jordan, don't know which one of y'all. Just hit me with the follow. Appreciate it, man.
that's my
Thanks for
dog
stopping
right
in.
there.
Hey,
So I
yeah.
want to ask you, Idris, what's with the name "Wrong Time, Right Place"? How did we come up with that? I'm gonna let you say it.
So wrong time, right place. You know, it kind of goes into what we're trying to do with this whole thing. Life hits you at different times, and most of the time you're not ready for it. Like you're gonna get hit by the most stunning stuff, the most heartbreaking stuff, the most crucial things in the moment when you're least expecting it. And
Uh,
it's gonna be tough in that moment. But right here on this Twitch, on this channel, on this podcast, it's the right place to address it. So we want to be the ones to address those tough things. It's gonna be a gut punch at times, and we want to talk about those real things, no matter what it is. And you should go into that a bit. What we want to move into in the future.
right, exactly, and I think you said it great right there because when you go through life, there's never you go through things and you say, hey, I'm waiting for things to get in order, or I'm waiting for the right time, but there's never really a right time to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? It's never you can't wait for the right time. But
That's right.
here, and then you go through trials and tribulations of life. We're all going through our own journeys. Everybody in here, myself included, you included, and I think this is just going to be a community and a platform for people to express themselves and talk about things that we don't really want to talk about, but they're real and they go through. So we have a lot of things that coming in the future episodes, and really, I just want to give everybody a forum and a platform to express what they're going through. And even in future episodes, I know we talked about having other guests on that do creative things, that are doing things in the city of Las Vegas and in our community. So just giving a platform to everybody to express their journey.
Exactly. I think you explained it perfectly. And just to kind of go into things a little bit more, I want to explain a bit more about who I am and who you are, who we are, how we met, like what our history is a bit. For me, growth has always been super important, and not just growth for myself, but growth for everybody around me. I want to be a contributing factor in that. So, I've always been that kind of person that's always been interested in just humanity in general, the betterment of the human race, the betterment of yourself on mental capacity, a physical capacity. Because when you're able to do something like that, you raise your value of who you are, and when you raise the value of who you are, the value of everything around you just kind of goes up with that. You're not able to do those things like if you're not working on yourself constantly,
Right.
and that's what it is. It's not the right time all the time, but you have to make it that way. You got to make it that way to at least improve, point one of a percent a day. But if you're not, like, you could find yourself in a lot of these holes and those kind of things really bad.
Facts.
Um,
If you're just waiting for the right time, it's might not ever happen.
right.
If you're just
You might be waiting forever, and that's something I felt, when I met you a long time ago. I met you back in middle school, and shoot, what
oh,
was that?
varsity days.
14 years old.
I
And
remember
we,
when you first moved from Texas, man. I remember that.
right. And, to be, I know you told me you moved from Louisiana because of Katrina, and
Yeah,
I moved for a similar reason. I moved from Texas. My dad had all these asthma issues and all these things, and that's why we ended up having to move out here because it got ballooned with the hurricane. And you go through these changes in your life, like I said, unexpectedly. No one expects a hurricane to ruin your whole future, what you thought you had going, but you got to make do with what you have. And I always felt that with you from the start. And we've always been really good friends and really close friends, and just been appreciative of what we've been able to do together. And we've always been active within our community, or tried to be anyway. So I know one thing that was important for you, as it was for me in starting this podcast, is just wanting to find those different avenues that we can apply ourselves in the community in a more active way, and in a
yeah,
way that's personal. This is important to us and what we can do.
exactly. And then true, it's being true to ourselves as well because we don't have a script. We're not doing this. We didn't go over any type of lines. We're just having a conversation that we have on the phone. These are things we talk about privately that we've always wanted to do and make a difference. So now we're going out and doing it. And I'm seeing you Twitch on stream every day, just making a difference and getting and doing what you love. And I think that's really my goal is to just inspire everyone out there that's watching that even if they feel like hey something that it's hard they don't know what to do just start and go and do that thing that you've always wanted to do and I think that this is just a really big deal for me personally that we're at this point because like you said it's something we've been talking about for years now um from the day we met and at Silvestri and we would walk around and we would spend night at each other's houses through brawls and football and to being adults, watching each other grow. I've seen you grow into a man. I've seen myself grow into a man. So you know, it's about putting out that positive energy, and I hope that everybody in here can take something away from it. And I encourage anybody in the chat too. Let us know how you're feeling and what you want to hear us talk about, what you may be going through. So.
Right. I just want to appreciate everybody in here. 11 viewers. Appreciate y'all coming in here, trickling in. Um, and yeah, that's the kind of community we want to build. I don't want anybody ever to feel like they're alone. I put that in my bio, like, if you ever need me, I'll be there. And that's something I truly mean. Like, and I hope you can attest to that just throughout our friendship. I feel like if there's anything that anybody would ever know about me is that, like, I always want to be a great friend and a great brother, you know, a great person to my next neighbor. I always want to be that and support them no matter what it is through their hardship and the good times, the bad times, no matter what it is. I just want to be there for that person and help them through with whatever it is. So I just want to say out there for anybody who's listening, if you all ever need me or need to talk or need somebody to listen to, don't hesitate to reach out. I know those moments can be tough, but um, just know that you have people in your corner, even someone like me who may not even know you, but we're here to root for you and help you through whatever it is that you need.
And I can definitely attest to what Idris is saying. He will be there for you because I've been in places where I didn't know where I was going in life. I had really no direction, and Idris through just guiding me, showing me wisdom, being there for me when I needed him, give him a call. Hey man, I have a question about this, or I don't know what path I need to take. Idris would pick up the phone. He would drive to you, meet with you no matter what. And he does. And I'll say this: he does not give up on you. So, uh, shouts out to you, man. There's not many people like that in this world, And I think I like to feel my think of myself as the same way. Pay it forward. I've had a lot of great people in my life that have inspired me and helped me out. So I want to do that for everyone else. And um, yeah, I think that's the community we're trying to build. You know.
Right. And just beyond helping people mentally, we want to see people grow financially, physically, all those things. So whether that's you having, a great community program, we want to put you on and help you out as well. So we want to be co-collaborators with everybody and help bring everybody up. You know, it doesn't have to be just on mental aspects. It can be something small, you know. It doesn't matter what it is, really. If we can help you, that's something that we want to try to do. And
I
vice
think
versa.
right, and exactly. I think, and I remember you actually told me this, and there's something that stuck with me. It was years ago. Like your dreams become my dreams, and your goals become my goals, and we're gonna with anything we could do, me and Idris, reach out to us, and we'll do our best to help with and whatever you're dealing with. I think that's a good segue into what we're actually going to talk about today. Um,
Right.
we're talking real friends, which
Yeah,
is
that's our
a
chosen topic for today. We want to talk about what it means to be a real friend to somebody. Um, and a real friend to me is not someone who's just going to tell you like what you want to hear, but they're going to tell you what you need to hear. They're going to have those difficult conversations with you. Am I right?
you're 100% right. It's not what you want to hear; it's what you need to hear, and it's about doing it in a way that is it's not coming from a place of hate. It's coming from a place of I want to see you do better.
Right. I want to see you
Do you,
be your best self.
do you think for that to happen and a true friend, like difficult conversations like that need to happen?
Absolutely. I think you can only be like a true friend, like if you want to have those conversations. I know for me myself, I've been willing to put myself in those situations and they've been very difficult. I love my brothers, I love my family to death, and I've been willing to have those conversations to the point with them where we've had fist fights. We've thrown our stuff apart. We've had all types of stuff happen between us. But you know what it is at the end of the day, we're doing it for the betterment of each other, and it makes our relationship stronger at the end of the day. Because we realize that sure, maybe at the time those words hurt and we might get emotional, but long term success wise, it's better for the both of us. We have a better understanding of what we need to do, who we need to become, and if not you, then who. I take it
Right.
upon myself every day. Like, that's one of my key things for me. I want to be my brother's keeper. I want to be the best friend that I can be and to be real in that intention.
And
So I
and
try to carry that.
let's be honest, like your friend and your brother, like those are the people that are gonna tell you when you're fucking up. Excuse my language, but that's the fact. Like that you need people because if I'm a stranger, I'm not gonna. If you do something I don't like or you do something wrong, I'm just not gonna talk to you. They're not gonna tell you. But when you hear these things from people that are close to you, it's not because they're trying to, you know, tear you down. They're just maybe they're telling you something that you need to know about yourself, or and you need to be honest with yourself. And I think that's an important thing that people need to, and myself included, because I think it's easier to cut off a relationship than it is to maintain it. Someone can
Absolutely.
say, and I've done that. Someone's told me something about myself, and I didn't like it, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna cut this person off. I don't need them. But that's not the right way to react. And over time, you know, you should actually take a chance and just listen to what someone is telling you, because
Right.
you know, like you said, it's what you need to hear to improve.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off what you're saying, yes, cutting someone off is not the way to go about things, but that is different than allowing time for healing and time for understanding. You know,
Fact.
Sometimes it does take a moment. It may take a week, it may take a month, it may take a year. Honestly, it really can. But I guarantee you, if you're doing it for their best interest, they will get the message, and it may take them some time to receive it, But for me, that's another big thing too. You have to give someone the opportunity to grow through it. You know, you can't just like leave them out to dry. Even with friends that I've had issues with in the past, I've never given up on them. Like fully. I've never given up on them. I've always given them the opportunity to do the right thing. And that's something you got to do. You can't just do everything for them. You can bring up the issue, you can show them how to fix it, but until they want to take that step forward and make the change, then they really like it's on them at that point. You have to allow them the opportunity to do it.
And sometimes that takes time. It's not gonna, it doesn't click for everybody at the same time it may for you. Or you may want something and you may see something out of someone you care about, a close friend, and and it may end up pushing them away or but at the time if you know what you're saying is coming from a place of love, truth, you should go ahead and say it even if at the time that relation you don't know, you're scared that that relationship might be damaged. But a real friend, that door will never be closed. That door's
Right.
always open.
Right. Like I said, I've had plenty of those issues with my own
Yeah.
family. We've got into fights, I've got kicked out, stuff like that, all the in between. But I can tell you, if none of those things would have happened in the past, the relationship I have with my family today wouldn't be as strong as it is, like without a shadow of a doubt. It wouldn't be as close. Um, you know, and if I possibly would have done the opposite, if I would have shut them out completely or, just been like, man, whatever, screw them, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like at the end of the day, who knows? Maybe I would have never talked to them ever again. And if it's truly somebody you care for, truly for somebody you love, like you can't think of it that way. Like you just can't. And like I said, I just want to appreciate everybody who's in here. I see you, Slays. Thank you for the feedback. You know, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask too. Be active in there. We want to make this a live podcast for a reason. So if y'all got things y'all want to ask or anything you want to add, please feel free to.
We're talking about real friends. So if you guys have any input on your personal experiences or what you think makes a real friend, please feel free to share. Um, and I think you hit the nail on the head, man. It's about being there and being honest, and that's the true definition of like a close friend. That's how you build strong relationships, by honesty. And I think like with friends, it's important to have that outlet too, because we're all going through the same struggles of life. We are going through tough things, and that's what your friends are there for, to be an outlet for those things. So also feel free to communicate with them that you're going through things, that
Yeah,
things are hard, and lean on the people that are close to you. That's
yeah,
what.
definitely. You have to understand that the people you keep around you are the most that you're gonna become alike. Like I think it's almost scientifically proven that the five people you spend the most time with, you're going to become like financially, physically, mentally. You're going to think the same. You're going to spend the same like money in similar ways. You're going to have similar habits. It's just going to be that way. So really understanding that, and if you want someone to grow, that means you have to grow too. Growth isn't just on them. If you want to be a good friend, you have to grow and raise each other up at the same time and accept them for who they are at the same time. You can't mold someone the way you want them to be. You need to accept them for who they are to give them the environment to grow.
Let me ask you: do you believe that energy you put out is the energy you get back?
Um I do believe it to an extent. I do think luck plays a part in some things, luck and
Cool.
unluck, a little bit. But I also think you can create those circumstances. You can create circumstances for you to be a little bit luckier, and you can create circumstances for you to be a little bit unluckier. If you're always just wallowing and sitting in digress, like nothing's good gonna come of it. If you're not out there trying to get the worm, you're never gonna have the opportunity to even do it. If you're just sitting at home all day, you know.
That that's what it's about. And I think that's when you truly even start to find who your real friends are. when you go out and you start doing things and you start doing things for yourself and you start because that's what I've kind of experienced a little bit in my way, like, just when I'm sitting at home by myself and just not doing anything, I don't really get the interaction or the satisfaction that I'm craving. So now when I'm going out and I'm being productive, I'm doing things I love. Now naturally, like the people in my life, it just creates a better momentum, a better energy. And I say, like, if you're feeling like disconnected, because I know the pandemic, you can feel kind of alone. What's going on? You're all trapped inside right now, or you were at one point. We're kind of just getting back to normal, but man, feel free, like when you go, just go out and do something and reach out. And I think you'll be surprised at like who's there, and also surprised at who's not there when you start doing things for you and what you love.
Yeah, you'll be super surprised at like who does show up and who doesn't show up. I think a real good indicator for real friends for me in the past has been like the people who show up and don't wanna they
Yeah,
don't wanna
boy!
appreciate the subs, Kobe, appreciate that, man. Good to see you in here, Kobe, one of my best friends. But just to go back to what I was saying, I think a good indicator of real friendship is um people who do things and don't want the recognition for it. Like they literally
Mm,
do it because they genuinely care for you. They do things in the shadow. They do things like and don't post it, you know. Like they show up to help you and don't want anything out of it. They just want you to be great. And those are the things that are really important.
right, and that's a genuine. It's like a genuine love and a want for you to succeed, and then from my, and also it's a two-way street. So you have to reciprocate that. You can't. You have a friend or somebody in your life that's doing a lot to help you. Like from if someone's helping me out, getting my stuff off the ground, I should in turn provide that same support and same energy back, and that's how you create like a very strong bond. And
Yeah.
I want to just say shout out to everybody in here too. Just you guys being in here for my man's Money's Twitch, like that's a big deal. That's support. So thank you guys for doing
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We got a question from Mogwai24. He says, "At what point do you think a friendship needs to end, though?" I'll let you hit that one,
All
or
right, that's a
start it
good
off at least.
question. And I think when you realize that a situation is toxic for you, when you're not finding fulfillment in the relationship anymore, you're putting in effort and you're exerting energy and you're hanging out or and it's just not you're not getting the same satisfaction. You're not, and then I think before it ends though, you should actually say something, conversate, express how you're feeling to your friend, and if from that point it's not longer on you. You've done what you can. You've made an effort. You said your piece, and it takes two: a relationship, a friendship. They're just like all of it's the same. We're all in relationships, so uh, it's on two people. It's not just you. So you gotta be honest, and that's really what it is. And it's now it's on the other onus to maintain that friendship.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer. When things get toxic, and how people respond to those situations, like let's say you're in a you've identified that you're in a toxic relationship, I guess, you know, and you try to confront things because you truly want things to get better. I think you really have to understand what happens at that point. Is that person trying to understand and like improve things, or are they like getting personal about things and just shooting back just to shoot back? I think you have to understand what is happening in that dynamic. And in those moments, friendships can be made 10 times stronger or they can be broken forever. You know, just like what VGK was saying earlier, treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Everyone wants to be respected, appreciated, loved, and, you know, have a growing friendship, relationship. And for that, it can't just be a one-sided thing. You got to realize sometimes people do get used. Some people have those mindsets where they just want to use people for their own good.
And
But the earlier you can understand those kind of mindsets and what a friendship needs to be, how it needs to work, I think you can truly progress.
right. And I want to say, what up, Nat? Shouts out. Appreciate the support and the love. And following on that, kind of what you were saying, like, it's such a two-way street. Or do you ever think there's a point where a bridge is just burned completely? Like there's no for you say it to this person. I express how I feel. I think our relationship's toxic. I want to improve it. Personal things get said. And do you ever think that there's a fence that you can't mend fences at that point? Is that ever the case to you? Or do you think
I think you probably could, depending on the severity of like how personal they got or how hurtful they got. You know, if they go super toxic, obviously I don't think that's something that can really be done. But I think in most cases, I would probably say like 95% of cases, things can be fixed, and it can take a lot of time. Um, like
and
I said,
that's
some of
what it
those things can take upwards of a year. It could
and
take a really long
that's what
time.
it becomes now on because that person obviously said something disrespectful. Yeah, and you felt disrespected. Now now it's when it's on you to decide that and it's a case by case basis, but it's whenever you feel ready to heal. You know, it's not like
Yeah,
okay, you said sorry, so we're good. Because and when things like that happen, because there's falling outs happen in life. It
they
could
do.
take time to repair that relationship, and you have to give that the proper time that it needs to repair.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean you should give up on that person? That's on you to decide. But uh, let's be honest, when things like that happen, falling outs, especially with people close to us, it takes time to fix that hurt. And
And I just want to piggyback off that too, is that if you're in a group of friends, sometimes it takes extra action from them too. You know, not taking action can also be hurtful as well. I think if you see something wrong, you need to say something. You need to do something. I think in a clear option where there's a right side and a wrong side, a justful side and like, a side where like, oh, that's messed up. If you're a third party, you can't just choose to be quiet. You can't choose to ignore things because even though it may not be your particular beef, your specific qualm with these people, you have nothing to do with it. It's still kind of your responsibility to put someone in check and let them know, like, hey man, you're kind of messing up. Like, I get it, you guys are arguing, but you're wrong here. You need to man up and own it. And unfortunately, I see people doing the opposite too frequently. They will let people be quiet on things. And that's messed up too, because not only are you not fighting for what's right, but the person who is right in that instance is going to feel so hurt because he's not feeling backed up. He's feeling on an island. And
I've seen that happen many times, and I've seen relationships and friendships literally end because of what you just said. An altercation happens between two people in a friend group, and one person feels like they they didn't get the support the other did, and both were and during any altercation, you have to look at it from perspective. You got to see it like both these two people had something that like they had an issue, and you have to see both of their issues. And your job as a friend is not to pick sides in that case. Your job is to fix whatever issue they were having.
right.
It's not your place to say, hey, yeah, I agree with you or I agree with you. Your job is to fix the problem between the two people that were having the issue, and if you just stay silent and try to pretend like nothing happens, well, maybe I didn't get over it, or I don't feel like I felt I got the support that I needed from my friends. And I encourage people, if you really care about someone and you're really close friends, like don't be afraid to say when they're wrong. And that goes back to what we said earlier about what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Exactly. Yeah. You got to be ready. Like, you have to understand that people talking behind people's back is a real thing. And when you have a true friend who wants to confront you, like, to your face, or tell you, like, they're not stabbing you in the back, they stabbing you in the front, and it can be even more painful because you actually know about it. Obviously, you don't know about what they're talking about with you behind your back, but you getting stabbed in the front, and it can be very hurtful. But that's like a real thing right there. Like, they're doing that out of pure love at most times. Very
Right.
rarely will you get someone who wants to, like, actually hurt you and tell you to your face, like, get super personal. If they do, that's just toxic. But most people who say real stuff to your face mean it out of a place of improvement and betterment.
And I will say, because I see we have a question, what do you think the qualities of a real friend are? So we kind of we I'm gonna say we should both answer one thing. I'm gonna go first. Like this is the most important to me. Kind of what you said. Like you should start also looking around the people you hang out with. Look at their character. When they're if they're talking about someone behind their back, like they're probably gonna do the same thing to you. You know, if they're talking about someone else, and is this person upfront all the time? You know, if Idris, I could say this. I've known Idris forever. He will say whatever he's saying to behind your back. He will say to your face, and that's keeping it 100. And to me, that's the greatest quality of a friend. Do you keep it 100 all the time? Are you real? Are you being yourself? And around your friends, that should be it. You should be able to keep it 100 with your friends.
Gotta
That's
be
my
real.
real.
Gotta be 100, definitely. 100%. You got to be. Um, I think for my answer on qualities of a real friend, definitely it has to have substance beyond just like qualities.
Mm.
You know, it can't. It can be. If you just want regular social friends or whatever, you can like similar things. You can go, you can like similar foods, you can like similar shows and all those things. But to take it really beyond that, does your relationship have substance? Do you have a real connection? Do you have a connection of, like, betterment towards each other and betterment for your lives? Do you have those kind of things? I think when you can identify those things, ambitions, then you can really identify, like, how far of a friendship you'll have with that person. And it's not even always about having similar mindsets. I have many friends who don't have similar beliefs than I do, but we have similar mindsets as far as what we want to do in life, how we want to help people, things like that. And I've been able to identify those things and want to keep those people around me. So I
Right.
think those are really important.
Morals and values are so important. You
Yeah,
got to
adding on
be
to the question, we have an add-on. It says, "What kind of personality should a real friend have?" I don't think that's important. I really don't. As long as they're as long as they're a good person to you, and you can agree on, like, moral things, um, then the rest of it really doesn't matter. Because there's all types of people, all different kinds of personalities. I know introverts, extroverts, sanguines, cholerics, all types of things where people like talking to people, don't like talking to people, and I've been able to befriend all of them. Every and I think just understanding that everybody has unique, amazing qualities to themselves is fine. You don't have to find someone with a specific personality to befriend them.
right. And I think when you do that, when you're looking for people that just, I feel like you're almost boxing yourself in. Too. If you're looking for people with the same personality as you or like the same things, you're now cutting off your perspective from a lot of great, smart, intelligent people that have different backgrounds or different experiences, different perspectives. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't think the personality matters too much, especially as we're all getting older and we are all going through like real life challenges personally, like solo. The people around you, you just really want. uh I like to, and this is my personal taste, like I like to have multiple different perspectives. I like to have people of many different personalities, backgrounds, upbringings, because it just reminds you like we're all people, and that's like I think it goes like you said, as long as the morals and the values align, that's to me what's most important. Like, are you a good person? Or are you not a good person? Are you a
Yeah.
piece of shit? Or are you not a piece of shit?
Yeah, pretty much. I think you can even do the opposite, like kind of just what we just explained. If you really want to find people with similar goals, similar ambitions, similar morals with you, you can find friends easier that way, as opposed to looking for someone with a particular personality. But if you find people who want to accomplish similar things to you and who, you know, do things similarly to the way that you do, you'll have a much easier time finding people who align with what you want to do in life. And yeah, appreciate you for the follow, sad Spanish girl. Shout out to you, 15 viewers. Appreciate everybody in here. Really being interactive as well. Thank you all for that.
You touched on a lot of good things about real friends.
Yeah, I think we did it real good. And we picked this topic in particular for this our first show because I don't want to pick anything that's too heavy or anything super duper positive either. I really wanted to show you guys what our podcast would be like and really just keeping it real with that, you know, because there are going to be shows where we're going to talk about real heavy things. And I keep using that word gut punch, but that's what I want it to be. I want it to be that gut punch that'll help people, something that they can look back on and seek out help if they really need to. Um, and Wrong time, right place. We already talked about that, but we could do it one more time. Charles, you want to go over what that means?
Yeah, for the listeners that are just joining in, wrong time, right place. It's about, hey, there's never a right time for anything, but so you never know when things can happen in life. It's so spontaneous, so random. We just go through things. We're not waiting for the right time because it's never gonna happen. But this is the right place to talk about whatever you're going through, whatever is on your mind, whatever you're feeling, whatever's going on in the world. Like, we want this to be a kind of safe
Yeah,
haven, a safe space
boy.
where we can have a community where people just, you know, speak what they feel and be positive and build each other up. So that's what it is. It's the right place, but it's not. It might not be the right time.
Yeah,
Right.
boy.
Shout out
Hey,
to
appreciate
VK
the f-
Monster.
the 5 more subs from TV Slays. Appreciate that, man. What a guy, legend in the making. Yeah. But just to kind of plug ourselves a little bit future. Any of our podcasts are gonna be
Yeah,
up
boy.
on my YouTube channel, which you can find all in my description. And then also I have my Discord down there on my social as well. And we want that to be a place where anybody can join. Um, Anybody can join and be active in there.
Yeah,
There's a
boy.
couple of fun things in there. There's a couple serious things in there. We have a couple links in there where you can drop videos, plug yourself. If you want us to react to anything, drop a video in there. If you just want us to listen to some music that you think is really dope, we'll do that
Yeah,
too. Cause,
boy.
cause we actually love music. I know Charles makes music himself, and I go hard with music myself. So, if y'all just need anybody to talk to, even, just join that Discord and we'll be there for you. Our community is not too big right now, but who we have is real important. Everybody's important to us. So if you feel like you don't belong anywhere, you always have a spot with us, definitely.
And uh, touching on that, like Idris said, uh, I make music. We all do creative things beyond just this podcast. We do a lot of ventures. So if you feel like you've been have something that you made or shared, even photography, any type of artistic side, or just even want to share something that you enjoy, please join the Discord, interact. Said it's a community. We're no different than any of you listening. You guys are. have can do anything you want, anything you ever wanted to do, go do that. And you have our support and our encouragement. And please like share whatever. And we'll have the link to the Discord. For me personally, we've been I got a lot coming on as well. Uh, got music coming out, articles. So we got this every week. You can come in, check us out live. Wrong time, right place. Yeah. So we appreciate everybody that's joining and interacting. It's truly a blessing.
Yeah, yeah. If you have any questions, if you guys have any questions, not even about the topic, about us, whatever it is you want to know, feel free to ask. Um, and appreciate all the homies just being in here. The
All right.
homies, the new people, anybody and everybody. We appreciate everybody.
And make sure you guys, if you want us to hear us talk about something in particular, please let us know throughout the week. We do this every Friday, looking at noon. So, any topics you want to hear us talk about next week, let us know, and we'll do our research and dive in on it.
Right
What
now,
about
yeah, right now I play a lot of games on this channel, and this has been my first podcast, but ideally I'd like to switch it around to more podcasts, less games. So the more interactive y'all can be, basically the more screen time for podcasts and stuff we can do, you know. Um, yeah, we love big time sports. Charles is from New Orleans, so he's a Saints fan. I'm a Cowboys fan from
do
Dallas.
that?
And how about them Eagles? They looking rough. How about the NFC East? They looking rougher.
We
Hmm
are looking rough.
But
Shout
yeah,
out to the to the Red Rocket though. I just picked him up in fantasy. R.I.P. to Dak though.
yo, it's tough. R.I.P. Dak. I don't like the man, but R.I.P. him. Hopefully his leg is all right. Um, but yeah, typically our streams are gonna be, or our podcasts, I would say, are gonna be within 30 to an hour. And we'll just rock with it after that. Russell Wilson has entered the chat. Legend himself, MVP, MVP. Definitely
Hey,
doing
nah.
his thing.
Shout out to DK Metcalf, Sponge Cody. That boy a monster.
Yeah, even stuff like that because we love sports. We love a lot of things other than just the serious stuff we talk about right now. But this is one thing that's near and dear to us. It's real important to us. So we want to make sure we touch on those things first. And yeah, we're always open for suggestions and topics that you guys want us to talk about. And even bringing people up. We're not just trying to bring up random guests for that are only super important people. It doesn't matter. If you want to come on the show, just let us know. Like we'll talk to you. If you have some insight that you want to share or some important things that you think are important, just let us know. We'll put you on.
Everybody, I truly believe everybody has a testimony and a story. So if you got something you want to share, yeah, this is the place to do it. So you can reach out to either one of us. A lot of people know Idris, and a lot of people that know Idris know me as well. So feel comfortable to reach out to both of us at any time. Like I said, the best place to reach us is the Discord. And you said you're gonna put the link in, Idris.
Yeah, I'll put the link to my Discord in the chat. But it's already on my account if y'all want to click that too. Our podcast right now we have a schedule for Fridays at noon, but we're definitely open to suggestion if you think there's a better time to reach you guys as the audience. 'Cause I think just a podcast is cool, but we definitely want to make it as interactive as possible. So if there's a certain time that we can reach more people in a more interactive way, I think that's definitely something that we're more interested in. So if you guys have suggestions on that, that's cool too.